we'll go ahead and kick things off with our players. We've got Dulcy, Fankam, Mendjiadeu, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Jordan Horston here. Open it up to questions here from the group, and then we'll go to Zoom. Why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, just your first game. What are your impressions?
Just get my nerves out. Just go out there and just play basketball. I seen Diana Taurasi out there, and I was trying my hardest not to, ask for a picture, but it's just crazy. Like thinking, like, I watched, these players growing up, and now I'm able to play against them. But I'm just, grateful for the opportunity, and I just want to just go out here and just show everybody who I am.
At what point did all of that kind of stop and just concentrating?
After the jump, it was game time. All the nerves went away.
Okay.
Yeah, Jordan, you were just talking about DT. I know she was kind of pretty physical in that first half with you guys. Was she saying anything? I know she likes to talk trash and stuff.
She didn't really say too much. She did welcome me to the league, her and Sophie. So that was pretty kind on that part. But I didn't get the trash talking DT today. So.
And Dulcy, great game, 10 points, 9 rebounds. Kind of your mentality going into the game. How are you approaching it? And how do you think your performance was?
I mean, I was nervous in the beginning of the game, first pro game. It was kind of nerving, but as soon as the tip went off, we were just like game mode, we had to cheer for each other. We rookies. We just got to learn from the other people. So it was great, to see where we are compared to other people.
There's definitely different periods of being a rookie that are fun and exciting. What was it tonight like to go out and get to play against another team, having now gone through training camp, and just what were some of those emotions that you came out on the floor?
It was just crazy. Like I said, it's just surreal. I dreamed of this moment my whole entire life. But it's just, putting together what we've been practicing in training camp, seeing where we, match up with the other teams and seeing what we need to fix. And just getting out there and just playing basketball. Like she said, being a rookie is different, You got to like I said before, see what the other people do, what the veterans do, and try to do the best of it. So it was just getting to play against other people. It was just seeing what other veterans or other rookies in the other team are And it's been a great experience. But I feel like our vets has made it a lot easier for us. We have. Man, they're great. I honestly feel like this entire group is very genuine. Yeah. They're very helpful. They want to see us shine. They want to see us, get better. So I mean, kudos to them because we have some really good vets. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Just for the game itself, it seemed like that third period, I think Phoenix outscores you guys 24-12. What do you think was maybe not working offensively in that quarter?
Well, we wasn't getting stops, so I mean that affected our offense. We was fouling, taking them to the line. It just wasn't matching up in transition. But those things are correctable. And we just go back to film and correct them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can answer. Matching up in transition. I think you kind of answered this, but paraphrasing. Does it just take a moment to go from practice? And then in the game, in terms of the communication, does that take time in terms of transition, telling what slot, who to go where?
Yeah. I mean, of course, it's a whole new group. So it's gonna take some time to build that chemistry. But like I said, with communication, with the best that we have, I feel like we're gonna get it down pat. I mean, it's fixable things. Yeah, and also it's very different from practice to games. Mm-hmm. It's just another level. So I feel like we will get some time to readjust during practice and get them to have a better transition from practice to game. But like she said, it's adjustable. We're gonna make it. So
was this game is physical? We need to practice, and we have physical practice.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, how did that prepare you for a game?
It actually prepares us good. Like you said, during practice we have very physical competition. The competitiveness is really high. So during games like this, it's almost like practice. Mm-hmm. It's just we doing what we do in practice. Just gotta do it better. I feel like in practice is a little more physical. We playing against grown men with kids, and uncles, and so I mean they pushing us around, but it's preparing us for what we're gonna see, in a real game. Yeah, there's some uncles out there. I'm telling you, but they good. They really good.
Any other questions?
Jordan, you brought the ball some today at some points. Is there a certain position right now that you're feeling a little bit more comfortable or at ease with?
Positionless basketball. That's what I am. I just go wherever the team needs me to go. Try to give my best effort wherever I'm at. But if I get a rebound, I'm going for sure push it in transition.
Is Coach emphasizing some positionless basketball this year? It felt like a lot of people were able to bring the ball up at different points and kind of lead the offense.
Definitely. If you get a rebound, you're free to bring it up. So that just shows, the versatility that we have on this team. It shows that, anybody can start the offense.
Let's have one more. Yep.
Jordan, just talk about Dulcy's performance down low, kind of what you saw.
Man, Dulcy's a dog, man. She's so physical, so strong. Like, if you look at her legs, they're like steel. Like, she has legs of steel. Like, it's crazy. Like, but no, she balled out. But she's been balling out this whole training camp, and I'm proud of you. But this is only the beginning. She's gonna keep getting better.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, Coach,
Thank you, guys. She said she's gonna get a double next year.
You open this up just real quick with your thoughts on today's game. We'll open it up.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of good effort. Obviously with a preseason game and still being in training camp mode, we're evaluating a lot. But thought, especially the effort from Dulcy, getting extra possessions, Jade getting thrown in there, and a 2-possession game late. I thought there's some really good things. We hit our free throws. Then the game's a little bit different in a couple of possessions with our rebounding, just focusing on that. So all in all, I thought it was a good effort, really fun to be a part of, to be back, Climate Pledge, and have our young players play really good down the stretch.
Did you have a set minutes in mind for Jewel, and what did you think of her in her time out there?
I did. She was in that range. I thought that her, first on the defensive side, I thought her activity was great. Just in my mind, remembering a play where she's chasing Sophie Cunningham. She gets to her at the 3-point line, takes her the middle away, and it turns into a turnover because she traveled. So I thought her effort was great that way. She looked good offensively as well, getting into rhythm, a couple of isolated possessions where she was able to get busy and do what Jewel is really great at doing, which is creating a shot for herself. And then just her energy, her effort, like her whole aura was very positive and really good with her teammates and stuff. So I thought her minutes were good.
And how important will it be for you guys to find a alternative scoring source when Jewel is off the floor?
It's very important. And, that's what we're kind of searching, who that person could be, but also just understanding that if we don't have that one person, it is very imperative that our defense is locked in so that we can create some easier offense for us on the other end and play with pace and not have to set up a lot of plays, but also I think we have some capable 3-point shooters. And so that means Vonnie or, our guards getting downhill in the paint and finding our shooters and knocking them down. So there's a variety of ways that we can score. It will have to happen together and not necessarily isolating someone and trying to create a shot. We have to work together to create our own shots.
Just talking about Dulcy's performance, obviously working down low.
I know that's what she averaged in college, right? Double. She's playing exactly how we want her to play. Her effort, extra possessions, especially on the offensive boards, defensively very active, getting deflections, high hedging on the screens and returning back, walling up, and a couple of those possessions defending without fouling. Dulcy is very smart as well. Her offense in South Florida mimics some pro-like offenses as well. So she's picking up our concepts really quickly and playing within herself. But at the end of the day, with the energy and effort, that never fades for her, and it showed today. So it was good to see her very active, especially on the boards.
And then
Talk to me kind of about the player evaluation process with this, with obviously roster spots being open, because obviously it's not like, oh, player X missed 2 shots cut, you know, like, it's not, there's a lot more to it. than that.
Correct.
So kind of talk about the things that indicate you're looking for.
I mean, the players that mesh well together, that's one. And, you know, picking up our concepts and, you know, especially on the defensive end, being able to defend your man and also understanding how we defend as a team, offensively, 0.5 mentality, making sure you're moving the ball, and also just, honestly, in these situations, you know, it's different in practice, but to see how it translates into the game is important as well. And you're just, as you can see, just throwing different lineups, evaluating who can play with who, obviously keeping our starters within that framework of, I didn't want to overtax them with minutes, but seeing what other players can do when our starters are not on the floor. And again, just not evaluating the numbers, but, you know, execution after timeout, or do they know what to do, and other little details that matter when making a roster. Mm-hmm.
That's something you're like, yes, or oh.
I mean, yeah, of course. You saw glimpses of it last year. I think Ezzy playing in Europe has really helped expand her game, and honestly, she looks in shape, fit, strong, athletic, and all the things that you like to see within a player, especially this part of their career. I'm giving her a lot of freedom in that way to expand her game, but also being certain. Like, I don't want to turn that over in that instance, and she's done well in practice with understanding when to give it up, when she could take it. But I want Ezzy to just flourish and give her an opportunity to expand her game where it helps us.
You talked about physical practice.
Mm-hmm.
This again was close to physical practice.
Mm-hmm.
That obviously.
Of course, you know, you want to make sure that practice is way tougher than the games. We have our scout guys come every day, so they're going against men every day, and that maybe that's what it is, because that physicality is very tough. But also when they go against one another, you know, Dulcy's guarding Ezzy every day in practice, and so going up against that physicality as well for her. I mean, we got to free throw line a lot, just got to hit our free throws, but it shows that we can withstand physicality and make sure we get to the paint and execute where we need to execute.
Coach, could you tell us about a little bit about Jordan? I see your clinical position, she walked the ball from the 59. Kind of what does her versatility mean for this team?
It means a lot. You know, talk about playing small ball lineups. That's why she was out there at the 4, but she's very athletic. So she's able to go rebound, and we don't give up a lot of size when she's there, but also she's a guard in that position. So she could create for herself or others. I would like for her to be a little bit more stingy as it relates to her getting to the rim and finishing and things of that nature. But also she's a capable 3-point shooter. She's good in the mid-range area. She understands the game, and just, you know, we're trying to figure out where she's best and what lineup that would serve her to be best in. But the fact that she's capable of playing multiple positions, not only offensively but defensively, able to guard from 1 through 4, honestly, because she is physically gifted.
It's only the one game. Did you learn anything more about that point guard battle?
Jade is tough, you know, as a young athlete. She showed a lot of, you know, just poise, and even in that last possession we got the steal, we talked about it in the locker room. She knew, she understood, and she's like, I was looking for the time when looking for the clock, but just a good teammate, and very eager to learn, and had a lot of very good poise about herself. So to put her in a situation where she's leading a group and you know, having to learn the game not learn the game on the fly, but be in these situations on the fly, and to see her do a lot of really good things, not turn the ball over, I believe, today. That's very important from that standpoint. And then Bonnie, she's a veteran in this league, and to me, defensively, she helps us a ton. Her voice has been heard, and she's been helping Jade a lot. So, I mean, I like what I see from both of them.
you know, and then obviously it's early, but are you taking, a 9-player rotation, 8-player rotation? What do you think you might put on?
I'm not sure. I don't even know who's gonna be on our team as of today. Honestly, just putting the best players out on the floor at all times, and that rotations, obviously, they tighten up as you understand, you know, what players play well with each other. But to start, to me, it's still fluid, honestly, Percy. I just continue to evaluate day by day, and we'll figure it out by the first game. But and this camp is very competitive, and it's making us really think moment by moment about who's the best 12 for us this year.
And you said you want to see that as the Sadie's area. What did that look like?
Not bad to me. I think, you know, because of the versatility that Ezzy brings, you know, like we're expanding her game, but also she's able to get to the rim defensively where she can cover holes. I think it complements Sadie's pretty well. Obviously, we'll continue to see, you know, that combination or other combination with the big presence, but I thought it wasn't bad.
Is it, you know, shooting on the court with those two?
I think so, because, you know, obviously, even today, we know we took 25 threes. I think the emphasis this year, though, is to make sure we're getting downhill, get to the paint, get to the free throw line. And once we do that, I think our threes will open up. Obviously, Sammy going over three isn't going to be every single night. Kia as well, they're capable shooters. So as if our guards could get downhill and find our shooters, and Ezzy and Sadie's are just being physical in the paint. Sadie's has been working on her three as well. Didn't look bad as she took it in the corner. So I think that'll be okay.
One last question.
Just talking about in the first half, like, I didn't see a ton of like low post action, I guess. Like that, to me, that just kind of stood out as not a lot of like getting the ball to the low post and stuff. And just what were your observations of that?
Yeah, I don't know if it lended to the game. Just trying to find some guard playing there, but I think that you know, for Sadie's and Ezzy especially, I don't want to negate early post-ups or in the midst of our offensive post-ups. So it's there. I think they're kind of more in a different part of our offense as far as just being at the elbow a little bit more and setting a little bit more ball screens. But didn't want to show everything also in preseason, so there may be more post-ups in the future. But that has been a very big emphasis actually in camp, making sure we get the ball in the paint.
Thanks.
No problem. No problem.